Is everybody on? Great. My name is Emily, and I'm gonna sit here with you guys and play and we're gonna have a campfire together. So how was everybody's weekend? I hope everyone had a great weekend and had lots of fun playing outside and hanging out with your family. So today we're gonna have a lot of fun. So first we're gonna sing some songs, and then I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a nice campfire treat. So we're gonna have some popcorn and some marshmallows, my favorite. And then we are gonna read a book and then sing some more songs. So this week's theme, we're kicking off Sports Week. And I don't know if you guys have seen in earlier videos, but we are gonna have so much fun with all of our sports and, getting outside and playing. So let's kick off by singing a song. So I have a song here that I'm gonna play you guys, and I just learned the song today, so I'm gonna help you guys learn the song. So I have our lyrics right here, and I will show them to you on the screen. But first I'm gonna play the song just so we get used to the sound. Oh, and just so you see, I have all my little friends right here coming to play with us today. Okay, so here's the song. Do you like playing sports? Yes, I do. Do you like playing sports? Yes, I do. Do you hit? Can you hit? Can you bounce and touch? Like playing sports? Yes, I do. So as you can see, I'm still learning the song. So I got all the lyrics right here, and we can learn them and sing them together. So let me get closer so you guys can see everything. Okay. So let's play it again. Hopefully everybody can hear it. Okay. Hold on, let's see. So, do you like playing sports? Yes, I do. Do you like playing sports? Yes. Sorry, I'm having some difficulties. Let's try and work this out together. There we are. All right, let's start over. Round 3. Do you like playing sports? Yes, I do. Do you like playing sports? Yes, I do. Do you hit and hit? Can you bounce and catch? Do you like playing sports? Yes, I do. Yay! So that was so much fun. So I was wondering, do you guys like to play sports? I like to play sports. I used to play a lot of gymnastics, or I used to do a lot of gymnastics. Now, what other sports are there? So we have, let's see, right here, I put a picture of what we have here. Ooh, can you see it? I don't know. So we have a football right here, and basketball, and soccer. So we have all different types of sports. There's hockey and baseball, and those are just, common sports, and they are very fun to play. Even if you don't play them at school, because I know right now some of you can't go back to school, you can play them outside with your family. There's also, like I said, gymnastics, and, trying to get you guys a clear view, and we have some snowboarding over here, and dancing, and skateboarding. So there's all types of sports, which is really, really fun to play. So why don't you tell me what kind of sports you play? I love to hear. So we're gonna go into a book about basketball, which is where we have to shoot the ball in the basket. So I don't know if you guys have played it. I play it sometimes with my friends outside when I'm stuck in the house. But before we read a book, I want to teach you guys how to make a yummy campfire snack that you can have while I read the book to you. So first you will need some popcorn. Yum. I love popcorn. I hope you guys like popcorn too. And if you don't like popcorn, you can still do this with any snack that you like. So here's the popcorn. And now we have some marshmallows. So we have chocolate marshmallows and we have normal marshmallows. So let me tilt this down and maybe you'll be able to see better. So here we have the marshmallows, and as you can see, I'm in my pajamas, all comfy, and I hope you guys are in your pajamas or in something very comfy that you're next to the fire. So for our snack, we are gonna make some marshmallows that look like different types of sports. So I'm gonna make a baseball and a football, but you can make whichever sport is your favorite. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a baseball with these marshmallows that you can put in your popcorn. So first, you need to ask someone who you're with who's responsible to get some scissors for you. I have these scissors, and look, they have soccer balls all over them. And we are going to cut this marshmallow and make sure you're doing it safely and with a responsible adult. And we're going to cut it so the circle is still intact. So we're going to cut it in half like this. Whoop. There you go. And now we have, oops, they're very sticky, a nice circle like this. And then I have some red icing. And with my red icing, let me see if I can point this down for you. With my red icing, I'm going to create little lines on our marshmallows that resemble a baseball. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. I know mine definitely won't be perfect, but it should look, or mine looks something like this. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. There we are. And now we're just gonna pop it in our popcorn. No pun intended. So now we have a little baseball in our popcorn. And now we're gonna create a football with our chocolate marshmallow. And I don't know about you, but chocolate is my absolute favorite. So for this, we're gonna, again, get a responsible adult and make sure they're super watching you. And we're gonna cut the ends off the marshmallow. Like that. And then we're gonna do it again here. And make sure, you make points at the end if you want. And so it kind of looks like a football. It definitely doesn't have to be perfect. And you can use white icing for this, but I only had red today. So we're just gonna be creative, and now we're gonna create a line down the middle for our football. And we're gonna put them in our popcorn. Yum. And now we have some chocolate marshmallows in there. So let's make one more of each, and then we can eat them together. And now my fingers are very chocolatey. So let's make a baseball again. So remember, we cut the tops, and here we have a little ball. And with our icing, we create little lines like that. Ta-da! Like that, and then we can make what we can use the other half of our marshmallow from last time for our chocolate marshmallow that we cut, and it kind of looks like a football. And we put a line through it. Ta-da! So I know that's, here we are. Like almost a football. Let's create another one. So here's our chocolate marshmallow, and we can cut it like this. Remember, we cut off the different sides of it and make points at the end like a football. There we are. That looks a little more like it. And then we get our icing. And we draw our line. And we can put it in our popcorn. And there we go. We got some baseballs and we got some footballs. And now we can eat it together. That is so delicious. I thought marshmallows were perfect because we're right next to a fire and you can even roast them and put them on some s'mores if you like. I love s'mores. Okay. And now we can lick our fingers and get all the chocolate off. Yum. Okay, so now does everyone have their popcorn and their marshmallows at hand? Good. So now we're gonna read a book. So because it's a sports theme today, I thought we could read a book about basketball. Now, there's this very famous basketball player right now called Stephen Curry. And he wrote a book, or this book is about him, about how he never gave up on his dream to play basketball. So we're gonna read this book, and you let me know in the comments, or you can talk with whoever's next to you about if you like it, and talk about how it's good never to give up on your dream, whether that be to play sports, or that be to be a famous painter, or to be a scientist or an astronaut. We never give up. So, let's see. We're gonna have to adjust a little bit here so you guys can see the screen and the photos. All right. I hope this is okay for everybody. So this is The Boy Who Never Gave Up. It's about Stephen Curry. So, let's see. Hopefully, there we are. So, after dinner one night, a boy sat down to do his homework. He just sat there, staring at the table, daydreaming. Mom, do you ever think I could play in the NBA? Let's see. The boy's mother looked at him with a smile and said, "If you practice enough, I think anything is possible. But for now, you need to finish your homework." Now, I know sometimes finishing your homework cannot be very fun, but the faster you finish your homework, the faster you can do fun stuff. And plus, homework can be so fun at the same time, and you'll learn lots of things. So let's see. See, look, there he is trying to practice basketball. When the boy finished his homework, he went outside and did what he always did. He played basketball. The boy loved other sports too, but he loved basketball. Basketball was the only sport that really made him dream. See, here's a football helmet and some football padding, but look, he always has a basketball near him. Ooh. There we are. He always had a basketball near him. All right. So the small boy dreamed of one day playing in the NBA, which is the professional league. Ooh, can you see me? Which is the professional league for basketball. Starting at guard, number 30, Stephen Curry. Woo! Stephen yelled his best crowd-screaming voice. And this is Stephen. He's dreaming about being a basketball player. But there was one problem. The problem was Stephen was too small and too short. All the kids at school just knew that he was too little for the NBA, except for Stephen, of course. One day, I'm going to play in the NBA just like my dad. So even though all the kids at school told him that, no, you're too small, he still believed he could. And that's very important. Believing you can do everything and anything you want and not giving up, no matter how many people tell you, maybe you can't, but you definitely can. All right, let's continue reading. Okay, let's see. Ha 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 ha. The other kids at school laughed. There is no way that you'll play in the NBA like your dad. He is big and strong, and you are small and weak. See, look at the bigger kids here. Ooh. They're all big, and he's really small. And they say, no, you're too small. But he knows he can still play. Despite his size, little Stephen kept playing. He became very skilled at dribbling and passing, but because the hoop was so high and he was so short, it was difficult for Stephen to shoot the ball when he was guarded closely. Stephen was only 5 foot and 6 inches tall and 125 pounds as a sophomore in high school. Because he was smaller, Stephen had to work harder and practice even more. One day, Stephen's dad was watching him shoot baskets outside. He noticed how hard Stephen tried to always get better. Son, you have more heat and more heart and determination than any other player I have seen. I know you are smaller than other players, so I want to teach you something that will help. Look, and there's him with his dad. The other kids may be taller, but if you bring up your shot and learn to shoot faster, they won't be able to stop you. So he had to just learn a different. So Stephen just had to learn a different way to shoot than all the other kids. So just because he was smaller didn't mean he couldn't do it. He just had to do it a different way. Oh no! Let's plug this in, shall we? Oh my goodness. So we have to take a break from reading because where I was reading decided I didn't want to read anymore. But you know what? Let's see if we can adjust. So while I'm pulling it up again, let's discuss what we've learned. So Stephen, everybody was telling him he can't play because he's so small. He can't play basketball. But no matter what everyone told him, he said, I'm gonna play and I'm gonna learn how to play. And guess what? He learned and he didn't listen to anyone who was telling him no. And he had more determination and he had more heart than anyone else. And his dad was teaching him how to play a little bit differently so he could be as good and better than all the other players. Alrighty. So is there a time in your life that you've ever given up on anything? Or if anyone has ever told you no and you just kept going anyway? Isn't that the best feeling to get something done? And even if it's hard or if it's not very fun at the beginning, it is just the best feeling to be done with it and to be finished and to succeed. And that's what it's all about. It's about not giving up and achieving your goals no matter what. All right, let's see if I can pull this up again. In the meantime, I'm gonna have a little football. Okay. Let's see. I remember one time when I was very little, I was doing gymnastics. And I am super clumsy either way, in outside of gymnastics. So people would tell me, you're too clumsy to do gymnastics. And I said, I'm gonna do it anyway. And I worked really hard, and sometimes, I fell off the beam, or I fell on the floor. But guess what? I just got back up and I did it again. And that's what's most important. You just keep trying to succeed. And eventually I got first place at a competition. It was amazing. So let's see what we can read more, what we can learn more about Stephen Curry. All right. Okay. Give us 1 second. Of course, everything goes wrong now, right? Let's try again. Let's see. Okay. So basically, at the end of that story, I'll just say it out loud because it doesn't want to come up on the screen. But basically, Stephen worked super hard, and, sometimes he didn't do very well. And sometimes, he didn't make the basket. But he worked really hard, and he never gave up. And eventually, he is now one of the best basketball players in the NBA. And that's the lesson, never give up. If you want to be an astronaut, just keep studying, or a scientist, or an artist, whatever you want to be, just keep working at it. And, everything will work out for the better. I did a lot of gymnastics growing up, and while it was hard, like I said, I never gave up, and I succeeded. Just like Stephen Curry, and just like you. So, we can talk about this upcoming school year. Sometimes an assignment may be hard, or your teacher gives you a project that's a little difficult. Well, guess what? You just gotta work through it, and you never give up, and you will succeed, and you'll create the best project ever. Now, let's see. I'm gonna have another bit of popcorn and another marshmallow. I hope you guys are having your marshmallows. Hey, look, it came back up. So let's continue reading here. All right, so last time we left off, his dad was teaching him a different way to shoot so he can play with all the bigger kids. So let's see if I can bring up the camera again. So we can move this over here. There we are. So Stephen did what he always did. He practiced. It wasn't easy changing the way he shot, but he kept working every day on what his dad taught him. Although it wasn't work to Stephen because he loved basketball. When he practiced, he still dreamed of playing in the NBA. And again, he daydreamed. Starting at guard, number 30, Stephen Curry. So that was his daydream, right? He wanted to play basketball. Here we are. The following year, all of Stephen's hard work was showing on the basketball court. His dad was right. The other players weren't able to stop him. Stephen led his high school team to 3 conference titles, earning himself several honors, including being voted one of the best players in the state. Woo! Stephen graduated from high school and was thinking about where he wanted to go to college. He only wanted to go to one school, Virginia Tech, where his dad had played. Stephen knew he could play there too. All he needed was for them to give him a chance. But they didn't. Virginia Tech and many other schools didn't think Stephen could play on their team. They thought he was just too small and not strong enough, except one coach at one small college. His name was Bob, and he was the coach at Davidson College. Coach Bob saw what no one else could see. "Wait until you see Stephen Curry," he said. Stephen Curry could not be stopped. He led his team past schools that were 10 times the size of Davidson College, all the way to the Elite 8. Coach Bob was right. Wait until you see Stephen play. Stephen broke many records and won several awards. He even led the entire country in points scored per game. So he was on the top of all the people in the United States. That's so crazy. But you know why? Because he never gave up. People who watched Stephen play in college started to see what Coach Bob could see. Many were beginning to believe what Stephen always believed about himself. But there were still many that said Stephen was just too small to play in the NBA. They said he got lucky, but he wasn't strong enough. But Stephen didn't listen. He was too busy winning the NBA's Most Valuable Player award twice, leading the league in scoring and steals, his team to NBA championships, and pretty much breaking every three-point record that ever existed. Stephen was told he was too short in high school, too weak for college, and not good enough to play in the NBA. He has proven that never giving up is more important than being the biggest, the tallest, or even the strongest. But most importantly, Stephen Curry has proven that dreams come true. And that's the end. Period. So what we've learned from this book is that dreams come true if you put in the hard work and if you believe in yourself. And we agreed that we're never going to give up, right? Even if it's a bit hard. If you believe in yourself and if you work really hard, you can achieve your dreams. All right, friends. We're going to end the night with one quick activity before we sing another song. And while, we discussed today that it's so important not to give up and you have to work really hard. And, that's so important. But it's also important to make sure that you make time to relax and you make time to think about your day and think about all the hard work you've done while you're achieving your dreams. So, I have this ball, and you can play this little game with whoever you're with right now, with your brother, with your sister, with your aunt, with your uncle, whoever you're with. So if somebody tosses you the ball, you have to talk about your day. Or you can tell them about your dream. So my day today was very good. I got to go to the park with my friends, with my friend who is here with me now, and we wore masks and we were very careful outside. What else did we do today? And I got to see my family for a little bit, but we were very safe about it. So that was my day, and my dream is to be able to work with kids like you every day when I'm, in a few years. So for that, I'm working very hard, and I, sometimes feel tired, but that's okay. But I'm still gonna work hard, and I'm still gonna, overcome any obstacles or any challenges that come. So I'm gonna throw this ball to you next, and you guys can either tell me about your day, or you can tell me about your dream or what you want to grow up to be. So I'm gonna toss this. Woo! And I can't wait to hear in the comments everything that you want to be. And you can even do this with whoever you're with, whoever's in your house right now. You can play this little game with them. So now it's time to sing our second song of the night before we wrap up. So our second song is a song that maybe you've heard. I know I've heard it, and I grew up with this song. And it's called Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Now, who here has been to a baseball game? Have you been to a baseball game? There's lots of crowds, and there are baseballs thrown everywhere and peanuts, and it's a really fun time. And I know right now we can't really go to any baseball games, so we can pretend and we can have fun with it, and we can imagine what it'll be like when we get to go in real life. So let's sing along. All right, and again, I had the lyrics up here because not everyone may know it, So let me pull up the lyrics, and we'll sing a little bit together. And like the first song, I'll put it twice. So let's see. All right. So first, let me play the song, and then we can sing along with the lyrics. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. I ate some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. So now I'm going to put the lyrics for everybody to see, and then we can sing along all together. So let's see. All right. So let me put it for everybody to see here. Whoa. Are we ready? Let me start it over. All right, let's go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Well, thank you so much for singing with me, and for reading with me, and for making snacks with me. And I don't know about you, I'm almost done with my popcorn and my marshmallows. Yum. So now, it's time to wrap up for tonight, and I don't know if you're planning to go to bed or spend some time with your family, but I hope everybody has a great night. And again, thank you so much for joining me at my campfire. I hope to see you another time. Bye, friends.